Yeah, that's right. No questions? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, this is really a good one for both of you, David and for Matthew. Matthew first, what is your financial background? What is your financial background?
My degrees were in criminology. I took some economic development courses in college, and I have tax return licenses. However, I don't have financial background. I'm willing to admit that, but it doesn't stop somebody from learning every day.
Don't hold this against me. I'm a graduate of the University of Michigan. Here it comes. Bring it on. Okay, my mom was a nurse, my dad was a teacher, and I had no money. So I went to the University of Michigan Flint. I hated it because it was extended high school. I lived at home in North. So that's where I went to school. Now, you grew up in Michigan, like in Michigan State basketball and Michigan football. So that was my dream. And I graduated in 1985. And then I decided to go work for Household International. That's where I got my financial training in. And I got sick of corporate America because it's like they beat you up. You're only good for your last 30 days. So I decided to become a financial planner. I got my Series 6 and Series 7 license so I could trade on Wall Street. So I learned the financial markets that way. And this thing called Black Monday, 1987, the crash. After that, everybody wanted to know what your CD rates were. So, and what happened was I went to my grandparents, were very poor farmers. They had about 80 grand in their whole life savings. So I asked the investment owners, hey, what's the best way to, my grandpa has 80 grand. He goes, buy this product right here. Pays the highest commission. I said, okay, thank you. I walked out and I never went back. So I decided I was going to be the guy that guys like that call. So I decided to go back to work for Household Finance. I decided to let them abuse me, but I'm going to learn how to start my own business. So I started my own company called Crystal Mortgage. I grew that to be 350 people in 28 states, which means it forced me to become an administrator because it was my money. I lent $1.3 billion out there, and I sold my company to a Fortune 100 company. So I'm on Wall Street. I'm going to Park Avenue. Huh? There's no time limit. Okay. So I was a county commissioner. Okay, now I'm going to accelerate 20 years. Okay, my book's coming out in 2 months, so wait for that. So anyway, I accelerated the county commissioner. I'm a budget guy. I really kept them in line. In 2002, when I was president of that board, at that time, that's the first time we balanced a revenue budget. Like, let's say it was $55 million coming in, and our expenses were $55. First time they've ever done that in 20 years. So then I decided to hand the microphone over to Tommy.
Okay, Matt, what would you point to as your most significant accomplishment in the last 4 years?
One of the most significant accomplishments in the last 4 years, honestly, is raising my children. Raising my children to be good people, good citizens, trust their government, have faith in family, have faith in God. And that makes everyone here a good person, since a lot of people here have families. And we should be proud of that. And that's my most proud moment as a single father, is raising my kids.
Just one? Okay. In the last 4 years, let's see, there's so much in life that I'm proud of. It's just a lot, and it's kind of hard in the last 4 years to think about it because you're looking at, you got grandbabies, we had to deal with Alzheimer's with my mother-in-law living with us, and we were proud enough to keep her out of a nursing home for as long as we could. It was very hard on us. At the same time, I was running for county commissioner and became a county commissioner. At the same time, having my own business, being a county commissioner, dealing with Alzheimer's in our house. It's a small home, 1,200 square feet. And, basically, it's just living life every day. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of the hard work we've been doing at the county. And, hopefully you'll let me have another 4 more years. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Okay, a lot of these questions are about the value of the mall. So Matt, you say you think it's worth 6 to 7 million, and David, you say you paid. No, I said Matt said 6 to 7 million, and you said, the county paid 13 for it, and you think you could sell it for 18 million. So each of you, could you justify your stance? I've got several questions about those appraisals or ideas or guesstimates are pretty far apart. Matt, how do you justify yours? David, how do you justify yours? 1 minute.
I justified, go ahead. I justified my response based on the county auditor, speaking with Auditor Snodgrass directly, and the paperwork he has in his office. He values everyone's properties, everyone's households here in the county, so I trust his judgment on that. And I'll stand here in front of you, and if I'm proven wrong, I'll admit it publicly. If someone comes up to me and says, here's what it did, you were wrong, I'll publicly admit it. So I'm not afraid of that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel that I'm right because that's what the paperwork says. That's at the county, just like the values of your home and your property.
Is that the tax value or the real estate value?
That's what he had for the real estate value. It's the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been in real estate since 1986, okay? So they were asking 25 to 30 million, and there were multiple owners. 3 to 4 different companies own that property. That is why it sat there for 20 years. We knew if we could get the ownership under one, but then we found out as the county commissioners we're not allowed to purchase it, but we have a port authority that can. The port authority didn't have any money. So they had a straw buyer go out and negotiate the price. But I tell you right now, if everybody in this room knew that the government wanted to buy your home, you're going to go, yes. Just like down by Intel. Instead of $15,000 an acre, they're getting $225,000. Okay, so basically, what's going on now, because of what we did, like I said, they're asking $25 million. And we got it through a straw buyer for $13.9 million. Now, what's going to happen next is it's happening already. You know that old theater? They shut it down. And the guy that owns it is one of the owners of the mall that we got away from called NAMDA. County Cars dealt with them for 15 years and never made a deal because you can't deal with them. They buy up these malls, they're like slumlord mall owners. They buy these malls, they do nothing, and they wait. So guess what they're asking for that rundown theater now? $2.5 million. Why? Because now everybody knows the Port Authority owns it. The Port Authority is about to make a deal, and I can tell you right now, I'm proud to say that we're going to get that money back, reinvest it probably into the 6119 or other projects that those ARPA dollars should have been used for, not nonprofits to buy an election. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to thank you both.